So Panyaza Lesufi comes out and tries to make it seem like he didn't know that the Gauteng province has been paying more than 30 million rand per month for office space.
The Gauteng Provincial Government is spending 34 million rand each month. That's just to rent space for its 11 head offices in the Johannesburg CBD. That's despite owning 41 vacant buildings across the province. Now, Premier Panyaza Lesufi has flagged that spending as wasteful and has appointed an independent forensic company or firm to assess the value of the lease agreements and investigate possible wrongdoings.
This guy really is full of games, ne? The whole premier of the province. In 2019, it was already an established fact that the Gauteng province was renting from the private sector even when it owned many buildings. 30 million was the amount that they were spending to rent offices, but now in 2025, it's news to him. Why would he be surprised by this when time and time again we have been shown the Gauteng Provincial Government being kicked out of its own buildings for violating safety regulations? Why would that be a surprise to Panyaza in 2025 when it was reported over and over again? From 2018 to 2025, he knew about it and did nothing. Now, 7 years later, he wants to launch a probe. Standard ANC behavior. You know, I don't think that you are fully ANC if there was no probe launched around your department, your ministry, your province or something. Launching a probe as an ANC cadre, I think that's an achievement. And without launching a probe, you are not a true ANC cadre. Anyway, he's probing right now in 2025. And yet in 2022, the DA came out and asked the Gauteng province leaders a question. The question read, how many properties is the Gauteng province renting? Jacob Mamabolo, acting MEC at the time, responded and said 12 buildings were being rented by the Gauteng province. Still in 2022, they were also asked the question, what is the monthly rental on each of the buildings that they were renting? Mamabolo, the acting MEC of Infrastructure Development and Property Management, responded by listing the amounts the Gauteng province was paying as rent. Now, I'm about to read out those amounts, so put your hot coffee or hot tea down because I don't want you burning yourself in shock. 2.1 million, 7.9 million, 2 million, 868,000 rands, 2.5 million, 1.4 million, 2.6 million, 2.8 million, 3.4 million, 138,000, 2.4 million, 3.6 million, 64,000, 1 million, 2.1 million. Basically, in total, these ANC fools were paying 35 million rand every month in 2022. Not 35 million towards fixing the buildings that they were owning. Not 35 million towards new infrastructure. No, 35 million towards rent. And remember, that is 35 million of your hard-earned taxes. The DA asked, why does the Gauteng province rent offices? And Mamabolo responded, there are no suitable GPG-owned office buildings which can currently accommodate the government department. Yet, we know that they have the buildings and those buildings have simply been left to rot, and that is why they are not suitable. That is the reason why you are renting now. These are not people to govern a province, much less a nation, guys. Similar to those people who instead of wiping, washing, cleaning and maintaining their sneakers, they would rather buy new sneakers regularly. That's the same WhatsApp group as the ANC. My question to you, fellow South African, is how dare you entrust your money, your safety, your employment, your children's education to such irresponsible and wasteful people? How? Like I said, that was 2022. Guess what? CC'd in that email response from Mamabolo was the loudmouth, grandstanding, pretend to be working Andrick Panyaza Lesufi. This is a joke, guys. We are here in 2025, and that is when we are hearing that Panyaza just flagged that Gauteng province is wasting more than 30 million per month on rent, despite the fact that they already own more than 40 buildings within the province.
The Gauteng Provincial Government is spending 34 million rand each month. That's just to rent space for its 11 head offices in the Johannesburg CBD. That's despite owning 41 vacant buildings across the province. Now, Premier Panyaza Lesufi has flagged that spending as wasteful and has appointed an independent forensic company or firm to assess the value of the lease agreements and investigate possible wrongdoings.
He only just flagged something that he was on an email about in 2022. What is this, huh? Trying to posture himself for the upcoming elections in 2026? Maybe posturing himself for the upcoming leadership conference of the ANC. This buffoon wants to make it seem like he's flagging it when he was told about the same issue more than 2 years ago. If he's only flagging it now, then he is extremely incompetent. He received the email years ago from his own comrade. Jacob Mamawolo was the acting MEC for Infrastructure Development and Property Management back then when he gave this response, and Panyaza was his boss. Mamawolo is now the MEC for Infrastructure Development and Corporate Governance and Traditional Affairs, and Panyaza is still his boss. Who is the idiot here? The voter. We can complain all we want about Panyaza the crook, but ultimately he is there because some of you voted ANC. Voting for people like Panyaza, a snake oil salesman, a scammer, an actor. He has known and he knows that he knew about this all along. This is acting, pure and simple. You know, he should go and join the Mubango cast, this one. As one of those characters known for lying a lot, I think he would do great. And if you keep voting for him and his party, you should be admitted to Viscopies or Sterkfontein, because doing the same thing and expecting different results is insanity, right? Voting for the ANC and expecting a better South Africa in 2026 or 2029 is insanity, fellow South African. So snap out of it and vote right, please. Anyway, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Katlego. This is Citizen Concerned. And until next time, beware of the comrades.